Okay, I've been asked to do 4 short videos, 4 10-minute videos from some martial arts classes. I thought I'd just give these out to everyone because they're great. They're just some great clips. I didn't think I'd be able to do it and fit them into 10 minutes, but I've written some classes and I'm just going to share it with you all. So the first one will be a breathing exercise. The second one, leg strengthening exercise. Third one, leg stretches, hip openers. Fourth one, whole body, so strengthening the arms, the shoulders, the back, the core, everything. The reason I wanted to start off with breathing, because I feel like that's the most important part of yoga, meditation. You can really bring yourself into the present moment, and that's the aim really in yoga, is to be like fully there and present in the moment. So this first video is for someone who wants to gain some sort of clarity of mind, just to stop, relax, and like get rid of anxiety, stress, or even just get some clarity of mind and focus on whatever you're doing. So I use this for meditation, I use it for climbing, I use it for tattooing, I use it for drumming, I use it before I sleep, I use it for anxiety, I use it for stress. And I think if you have any of these things that you suffer with, you're gonna benefit from it massively, as much as I do. So the purpose of this video is to give you a quick tool or insight into how easily you can bring yourself into the present moment. And what I mean by this is that sometimes we find ourselves under pressure, overwhelmed, our mind's full of thoughts, overthinking, not being able to sleep, just feeling like we can't relax or get a moment's peace. And that in turn, like just being able to focus on something that is quite clearly a better use of your time. So all these things lead to the mind either living in the future or stagnating in the past, and rarely ever being in the present moment. And living is only ever done in the present moment. It's only ever done in that space. Every second that passes, the future is turning into the past. And how many of us, me for instance, I do it, how many of us can say that we spend our time there? Like it's very rare. But as you gain a deeper practice into yoga, breathing, meditation, you'll start to appreciate the time, the present moment, a hell of a lot more. So for instance, just try and think of a time when you were completely relaxed and aware of what was going on around you. The sunshine, the warmth on your skin, a sentence from a conversation that stuck with you your whole life. That was when you were completely in the moment. You made a memory from it. You were in the situation, and you were aware of everything that was going on around you. Or indeed a time that you were scared or deeply impacted by whatever was going on around you. You were there. You remember everything that was happening there, and you were in that moment. So this exercise is basically to try and bring you here, bring you into the present moment, and that's where you actually live. Everything is only ever done or experienced in the moment. And I don't think we spend enough time there. So I'll stop waffling. This is supposed to be 10 minutes long. I'm sure I've chatted away for 10 minutes, but I just wanted to explain a little bit about it before we get into it. So find a comfy space. Anywhere, you don't have to have a yoga mat, just a quiet room, and somewhere where you won't be interrupted for just 10 minutes, or however long this happens. So I won't go into in depth about the chakras. We'll be drawing up energy from the base chakra, the root chakra, Muladhara, but I explain all this in my yoga classes. So what I would like you to do is just sit, comfortable pose, get a cushion underneath your bum. Yoga block, if you've got one, they're great. They just manipulate the pelvis and push the pelvis forward, so it kind of forces you to sit up straight anyway. Comfortable spot, comfortable sitting position. Sometimes it gets uncomfy for some people to sit like this for a long time, especially when you're beginning, starting out. But what we're going to do is we're just going to sit in this comfy position, spine straight, neck straight, shoulders back, and we're going to place the elbows into the side of the torso and palms facing up, resting on the knees, and we're using Gyan Mudra. So this is basically the index finger pressing in to the pad of the thumb, and this basically stimulates the pineal gland, stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system. Has a calming effect on the body. So it's best to close your eyes as well. So we're sitting up nice and tall, and you can close your eyes now. I'll just talk you through it. And what we're going to do is we're going to start to fill the belly with air, so the belly expands as much as possible. We're not going up into the chest with the air yet, the breath. We're expanding the belly on the inhale, and on the exhale we're just pushing the navel towards the spine, drawing the navel towards the spine. So big inhale, belly breath. Exhale, drawing that navel into the spine. And we just start to bring the mind into the room. Start concentrating on the breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Inhaling, filling up that belly. Exhaling, drawing the navel towards the spine. We'll take 8 breaths here. And if the mind does start to wander, which it will, you just bring it back to the breath. Five more breaths. Really filling up that belly. Exhaling, drawing the navel towards the spine. 3 more. Now I'd like you to continue breathing like that whilst I talk you through the next step. So keep breathing into the belly, exhaling, drawing the navel towards the spine. So the next thing we're going to do is to bring the mind further inside into the present moment, is to concentrate on something called the sacred space. Now this is the space in between the nostrils and the upper lip. And as you breathe in, you feel the cold air pass the upper lip. And as you exhale, you feel the warm air come out of the nostrils. So we'll take a few breaths here, filling up the belly, exhaling, drawing the navel to the spine, and also concentrating on this sacred space. Cold air going in, warm air coming out. And we're just checking in with the body as well, just checking to make sure the spine hasn't slumped, the pelvis hasn't rocked back, we're sitting up nice and tall. Elbows into the torso, shoulders back, chin parallel to the floor. And just breathe. We take 5 more breaths here. So you continue to breathe that way. I'll talk us through the next step. So the next step, what I would like you to do is on the inhale, is I would like you to count for a count of 4. And then after the count of 4, I would like you to hold the breath for a count of 4. And then as you exhale, I'd like you to exhale for a long count of 8, just a long, slow count of 8, just exhaling really slowly. Now, it's difficult for you to breathe into the belly whilst you're doing this, so you will end up breathing up into the chest. So we're just making sure the chest is open whilst we're doing this, and the shoulders are back. So on your next inhale, we're gonna hold the breath for a count of 4. And if you sync yourself with me, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So now we're gonna do a count of 4 on the inhale. Hold the breath for a count of 4. And then exhale for a nice slow count of 8. Inhale for a count of 4. Hold the breath for a count of 4. And exhale for a nice slow count of 8. We'll do this 5 more times. Inhale, count of 4. Hold the breath. And exhale for a count of 8. Okay, so we'll go back to normal breathing now. Breathing into the belly. Nice big inhale. Exhale, draw that navel towards the spine, and I'll talk you through the next stage. So we'll continue to go through the holding of the breath, the counting of 4 on the inhale, holding the breath for a count of 4, and then exhaling for a count of 8. But this time around, what I'd like you to do is, on the inhale, we tense the pelvic floor muscles. Now this is a technique in yoga used to raise energy up through the chakras. I won't explain that now, but what we're doing on the inhale, we'll tense the pelvic floor muscles. So these muscles are the muscles you use when you want to stop weighing, the sex muscles, the perineum, the groin, whatever you like to call it. So we'll tense those on the inhale, count of 4, and we'll also tense those muscles for the holding of the breath. And then as we exhale, we'll just release those muscles, release the energy back down for a slow count of 8. So if we get into sync again on the inhale, just checking in with the body again, checking the spine isn't slumped, the hips aren't slumped, shoulders are back, chin parallel to the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to inhale and tense those muscles for a count of 4. Hold the breath intense for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 8 and release those muscles. Inhale, tense for a count of 4. Hold the breath for a count of 4. Tense those muscles still. And exhale, release those muscles for a count of 8. I'll let you continue now on your own for 4 more breaths. Okay, and then we come back to normal breathing, so belly breath. Inhaling, exhaling. Take a few breaths here. So what I hope you notice now is that the body's much more relaxed. The mind is much more centered. You're in the present moment right now. You were the whole time you were listening to me. I hope you're feeling great. I know I'm feeling great just through doing these 10-15 minutes. And this is what I do when anxiety sets in, when I'm a little bit stressed, or if I really need to focus on something, I will take myself off and do this. So I'd like you to just take this with you do it whenever. You can do it whilst you're out shopping. You could do it wherever you want to do it, whenever you want to do it. Even if you're not anxious or upset or anything like that, it's a beautiful practice to do, and it does calm the mind. Lets you focus on your task if you're doing a task. Calms you if you're about to go into a fight in martial arts. Calms me when I'm climbing and I may be just about to fall off the rock, and I need to calm myself to carry on with what I'm doing. When I'm writing, if my mind is jumping all over the place, and if I'm trying to sleep and my mind's jumping all over the place, it's just really, really cool, calm, relaxing technique, and it brings you straight into the moment. I'm going to stop waffling now. I hope you enjoyed it. Play it over and over again. Keep doing it. And I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.